world that negativity is just so prevalent. There are bad things happening in the world. There's uncertainty. My life has uncertainty, but I have chosen to always look for the silver lining, even whenever the rain just started.
I wanted to actually read a quote that I found. The quote is, "In every day there are 1,440 minutes. That means we have 1,440 daily opportunities to make a positive impact."
Positivity comes in waves. They're unpredictable, and that is how it's always been for me. But when I began to take control of my own positivity, that's when I started to see a lot of change in my life.
Positivity to me is one of the most important pieces of the puzzle for teaching, because students need us the most when they need the positivity the most.
I love that when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I don't really feel like teaching, and seeing those kids, my students, with their smiling faces and their kind words and just being focused and learning, that helps me to stay positive.
One of the things that I find as a VIPKid teacher is that it's so easy to just end up staying home and inside because, I'm working inside, and then I do the schooling with my kids, and then by afternoon I'm kind of feeling a little tired. But that if I'm not getting out and going places and seeing other people, that's not exactly very healthy. So I like to make sure I get out.
By running and reading, I exercise my body and my brain.
A lot of the times, I'll take some outdoor walks to help cool my head before class, or remember to take a moment to enjoy the sunshine in between classes.
To have a good balance of social time, family time, work time, and me time, whether that means going to the gym, going to Bible study, or just being by myself.
I talk to my friends, I talk to my family, I do yoga, I might even go shopping. I'll spend time with this little buddy.
I do this almost every day in the morning when I wake up my kids, and every day before we go to bed. We have dance parties. We pick our favorite songs, we play them on our Amazon Alexa, and we just dance. We dance like crazy fools, and it is so helpful to just get out all of that negative energy in a positive fashion. Oh, it's so much fun, and it really helps you keep a smile on your face.
Really see the beauty and the joy in the little and simple things of life, and my children especially help me do that because they love bubbles and butterflies and really simple things that sometimes as adults we can take for granted.
Fall is my favorite season. It's hard to be sad when the leaves are changing colors and the weather is starting to get cool and just everything around us smells like campfire.
To make sure I can do some things on my own. Some of the things I like to do is read for 10 minutes or an hour depending on what I'm reading. Another thing I like to do is to build my own personal talents.
Wear a bracelet, says renew, that's my word for this year. And it just helps me remember to take time every day to renew myself and renew my relationship with others. And to allow myself the grace to stop and do those things instead of just rushing through the day.
Life isn't always full of reasons to smile, but your smile itself is a reason for others to smile. So if you smile and share it with someone else, then they smile, and it goes on and on and on.
I try not to make a big deal out of the small stuff. Making a big deal out of the small stuff is only going to feed anxiety, fear, and depression.
Learning what was in my control and what was out of my control. And to separate those and not to try and force one or the other to be what they weren't.
I'll be honest, we all encounter those people that are negative. I limit my interactions with those people. I'm polite, but I find a polite way to break away from conversation. I would much rather have a group of small, close, quality friends than many people surrounding me that are negative.
honestly avoid the negative feelings that are associated with things that you cannot control. If it is out of your control, don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you down. If it does affect you, practice some grounding exercises, some breathing, some meditation. Take a big deep breath and then breathe out that frustration.
I have a friend that yesterday, her husband just lost his job. Devastating, because they just bought a house last week. But I was talking with her yesterday, and we were talking about how change can be a good thing, because without change, we don't grow. And so trying to find the positives where there's so many negatives and so many variables is really hard.
I try and learn from any mistakes that I have made. Learning from my mistakes are only going to encourage more positive behavior in the future.
By looking for the good in everyone that I meet. I think every student, every person that I come in contact with has a message to share, has something that they are good at. And when we tap into that, when we really truly get to know people, then we understand the positivity that exudes from those people.
Genuine gratitude. And this becomes a habit. It starts with a conscious, deliberate effort to be thankful and to choose to focus your energy on and your thoughts on what you have and what's going well.
Each night, before I go to bed, I think of 3 things during the day that made me feel happy.
I'm positive because of my family. I want my kids to be positive. I want them to be kind and caring for others. So that's what I want to model for them, and my husband wants to model for them. That is our job, is to love others and be kind and caring.
Seeing the joy and the beauty and the simplicity of life doesn't take away from any hard circumstance that you're going through, but it's always been a very good practice for me to just really appreciate the beauty in life and all of the little things. I mean, it could be a really good cup of coffee, or some nice weather with the wind blowing through my house, or just laughing really hard at something, or nature, or the list goes on and on and on.
I love to remind myself every day that we are all in this together. You, me, I mean, we couldn't make it without each other.
The more you are optimistic, the more you think positively, the easier it becomes. It becomes a habit for you.
Positivity is all about what we make as a choice each day. We have a choice on whether we're going to be positive or negative, whether we're going to look for the good in things or look for the bad. And I just have ultimately decided that life is too short to look for the bad. And that is why I'm positive each and every day.